What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Spilling Wine with Kelly is Lit. Today we're back. It's been a while, but we definitely have a lot of tea to spill, right, Dana?
Oh, yes. Lots.
I made sure to tell her not to tell me until we're sitting down and filming. So, I'm really anticipated, and I need to know right now.
So fresh off the press.
Yeah.
After my date last night.
So let's just tell them about how we actually met this guy.
Okay. You wanna tell them?
Okay, so we went to this event. We went to this event together, and how did he see you? He tapped you, right? Or you bumped into him?
We were sitting down. You were talking to someone, and then I was literally on my phone. I pay no mind to anybody because I wasn't there to look for anybody. And then I think something happened, and he literally was like, yo, hey, he was trying to find a way to contact, trying to talk to me.
Yeah.
And he found an opportunity. He came over. He's like, yo, look at this, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh hi, whatever. He never told me his name. He never introduced me he just found an opportunity to talk to me. Mm-hmm. And he was with his friend, and you were talking. You didn't know how it happened. You found out after the fact, what happened. And I didn't even brought it up to you. I didn't say oh wow, I thought he was cute or whatever.
Wait, so he talked to you before I saw him?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came over, he was talking, whatever, he was showing me something, and then I literally went back on my phone because I wanted to check my phone and show him what I saw, whatever, but my phone froze, and I think he saw that I wasn't into him, but I kind of was. I really thought he was really cute, and then I looked up and he was gone. And I'm like, another one.
Honestly, guys, he was really normal. I personally liked him first interaction. I thought he was really funny. I thought he was really engaging to what she was saying. Mm-hmm. I thought that out of all the guys that she has picked recently, he was the most normal one and the best candidate or whatever.
Yeah.
So they've been talking for a week or two.
Yeah. So a week. I think it's been a week and a half. When we met, he actually texted me and he wanted to because we were supposed to go to another lounge and then it was late and we left. So literally we left on that. He thought I wasn't going to talk to him because remember he gave me his phone number and I never called him. I'm just weird. I don't know. I just feel I'm going to call him when I'm at the place. But he's you never contacted me. So I thought that's it. You're driving off into the sunset and I'm never going to see you again. And I'm no, I was going to call you. Of course. I'm not going to take someone's random number if I'm not interested. If I'm not interested with you, I'm not interested with you. I will not waste your time.
Exactly.
No. If I'm not clicking with you, I don't like you. I'm not gonna waste your time. So, he texted me the next day. He's like, I honestly want to see you, whatever, and I want to talk more. And I was like, all right. After the first time meeting, I was I was scared.
He was cool though. He was cool.
He was, but I also have PTSD of other dates and how it ends up. It's just they only want one thing, and I have PTSD, and I'm just I'm scared. You want to come meet me the next day and not set a formal date hey, we'll see Friday, we'll go to dinner or whatever. It was just very spontaneous. But he's also a Gemini too. We found that out. He's literally 5 days after my birthday, and I was like, what? I never dealt with a Gemini man.
Personally, I don't like Gemini men. I think they're insane.
Yeah, oh, wait.
I still don't know what happened, guys. So I'm literally finding out what happened with you guys. So you guys went out last night.
So we went out last night. Okay, so we've seen each other. This is the fourth time seeing each other from the time we met at the bar. So he texted me, I'm going to pick you up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and he's like, where do you want to go? He's like, the day before, whatever. He's like, what do you want to do? I was like, we could go to dinner, whatever. He's like, all right, well, I'm picking the place. I was like, okay, take charge. I'm all about that. I want to be with a man that takes charge. I don't want to keep picking. I want you to plan. I gave you my idea what I wanted to do. You plan where you want to go. So I was excited. I was so happy. He's coming at 4:30, 5 o'clock. He comes to the door. He comes, gets me. I'm like, okay, he's typical. He's still a gentleman, it's going to be a great night. He still doesn't tell me where we're going. I don't even know where we were going. I didn't even know.
He should have told you at least where. The day of, he should have been okay, I picked this place. You're going to like it, whatever.
He did not.
He just blindly brought you to this place.
Blindsided me. I didn't know where I was going. So the whole day he texted me. He texted me good morning. I literally woke up a little late. And then I texted him good morning. And he's like, hey, I'm getting a car wash and I'm going to go get a haircut. And then we were talking a little bit here and there. And he's like, I'm going to come pick you up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I was like, okay, fine. It gives me enough time to get ready or whatever. He comes to the door. We leave. He goes, all right, get your jacket on. Let's go. Like, we're going to go. Like, he was just very, like, he was excited to go out. Like, he was very, like, a manly man, you know? So we go to his car. We're talking, whatever. And still don't know where we were going. Still don't know. Like, I knew we were going into Brooklyn. We were on the 440 and, like, going over the bridge. I'm like, okay, we're going into Brooklyn. Did I know where we're going in Brooklyn? No, because I really don't hang out in Brooklyn. Yeah. You know, usually people from Staten Island, we usually go to the city or Staten Island. I mean, people do go to Brooklyn, but we don't go. Yeah. We don't go. I mean, we should start going. But we don't go. So we go, whatever. And now I start seeing on the strip, I'm like, I see Kettle Black. I was like, we're on a strip with bars. Like, this is all bars. He takes you to a bar. A restaurant bar. So in my head, red flag. This guy likes to drink. I was like, he drank when we were at that bar.
I mean, yes. I didn't think that he was so drunk, though. He didn't seem like he was overly drinking. Nothing like that.
Not how it was last night. Last night was totally different. Like, Kelly, I really wish you were there. Really wish. I was literally...
Okay, walk me through it. Okay. So you guys get there.
So we get there. It's Cebu. Cebu is the bar, restaurant, whatever. I've never even heard of it.
Was it nice at least, or was it like
it was an upscale? No, it was more of an upscale bar. It was like it reminded me of like a steakhouse / bar, but it was very intimate. Like, it wasn't a huge bar. There's 2 rooms. There's a party room. There was a party going on, and then the regular bar. And they had outside seating. Apparently, they had like outside seating, but they took it down because it's getting cold. So he's like, we walk in, and because they don't have the outside seating anymore, there was an hour wait for a table.
You guys waited an hour?
No, we didn't wait an hour. Okay. So they're like, oh, do you have reservations? And he's like, no, like, bro, like, write that in there. I'm like, you've been to this place before. You know how busy it gets. You didn't make a reservation. I'm like, I'm going to wait an hour for a table. Like, whatever. We're in good company. I don't mind it. Whatever. He's like, let's just go sit at the bar. So we go to the bar. He's like, okay, what do you want to drink? So he orders his drink, and then I get a beer because I don't really drink liquor, like, especially on a date. Like, you know, I had a beer or whatever, and we were drinking, talking, whatever. It was great. We were sitting at the bar. Then people started getting up. Then he started sitting at the bar. And then literally within 20 minutes, the table was ready. Okay. So we didn't wait an hour. So he looked at me. He's like, do you rather just sit at the bar? I was like, honestly, let's just sit at the bar. Like, it's comfortable. Like, we were around the people. Like, we don't have to get a table. I should have got a table.
Oh, my God.
I should have took the table.
What happened? Stop. I'm scared.
So now I have 1 beer to his 3 drinks. Okay. So I'm drinking, whatever. He's drinking. He's knocking them back, whatever. He's getting more talk.
Is he eating too?
He started saying, I'm getting hungry. So we started ordering the food. So we ordered the food, but he was still drinking. So now we're eating, whatever. He was eating and drinking at the same time. When he was done, he would tell the bartender, can I have another one?
No way. How many did he drink?
I don't even know. Honestly, like, it had to be close to 10.
No.
Close to 10. Because
what?
And I don't like. I started counting it toward like when it got serious.
No way. He was just like chugging beers.
No, he wasn't drinking beer. He was drinking whiskey.
What was he drinking?
He was drinking Jameson.
Whiskey?
Yeah, whiskey.
On the rocks?
Like, literally straight.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Straight. Jameson.
No.
Straight in the glass whiskey.
This whole time I thought he was just drinking beers.
No, I was the one drinking beer.
10 whiskey?
About. I would say probably a little bit more. I don't know, but it was a lot.
It
was constantly
sick.
a constant
That's literally
thing.
Sick.
So it had to be close to 10. Like, I could be over exaggerating, but it was a lot. It was a constant thing. But like,
were they shots or was it like a legit like?
Not. It was like a glass, like a whiskey glass, but it was like this much maybe.
But it wasn't like shots.
No, it wasn't shots.
Oh my God. Okay.
So whatever, he's drinking, whatever, we're eating, having a good time, and he's eating like a gavone, like eating fast, and I'm
like, probably drunk.
Yo, like, he's like, I could eat, like, da-da-da-da-da, like.
What was he eating?
I got penny of vodka in the bar, like.
All right.
Bar food, really? Okay. Bar food, I had a burger, so the burger was pretty good. And then he got, like, these steak skewers things. They were pretty good, but literally I had like one. He's like, try this, you know, and then he started gavoning it all down, and I'm like, not that I wanted it, but like he was just like like, and he was done, and I'm literally like on half of my burger. Like, girls, we eat slow, whatever, but like, he was just whatever. Then
Was he acting drunk?
After he was eating. After he ate, he got another drink. He became friends with the bartender. We met the bartender.
Okay.
And then he happened to like scold me because like I'm just like out of my element. Like I was just like, what's going on? Because he started acting like very social. Like he's very sociable. I get it. I love that because I am sociable. But he was just to the times 100. He was like,
really?
Yes. He was like, oh hey, oh wait, what's your name? Lexi. Hi, I'm Chris. This is Dana. And I'm like literally sitting there like, hi, nice to meet you. And then like she went to go shake my hand, but I was so uncomfortable. Like I didn't know. Like he was just so out of pocket. Like I was just so like. He was out of pocket. Like I was just like, wait, he just became friends with the bartender. Like it just happened so fast, and I just didn't know how to act. So he literally scolded me. He's like, yo, she was gonna shake your hand, and you didn't. I was like, what's going on? Like he was just so extra, and he was getting worse. And
he didn't
worse.
seem like that when we first met him.
No.
So it's probably just the alcohol. Okay.
So we're talking to the bar. He was talking to the bartender leaves, whatever. I was on my I was almost finished with my second beer. Then she kept looking. She goes, "You want it?" He's like, "Get another one, whatever." So I got another one. So I'm on my third beer, but literally I only drank half of it because I started seeing him acting worse. Now he's acting loud. Now he's going to the beer. Hey, oh, I like this stuff. Oh wow, like, and I'm like this. I'm like,
no
like
way.
From 1 minute to the next, he literally did a whole like. Wow, like he was just like wow, like what, like, and I'm just like, yo, he's literally in this people's conversations. He's talking. Then this girl with like really short hair was there. He's like, I didn't know that was a girl. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, it is a girl. Like I was like, wow, I like her bag. So he turns around to her. He's like, yo, I like your haircut. Like I like it. It looks good. He goes, and she likes your bag. And I'm going, oh my god. And I was like, oh my god, now he's getting even more.
He got worse after that?
Yeah. So now.
Wait, was he still drinking at this point?
Yeah. Yeah. He kept
more?
Another one. He's like, another one.
No,
one. And I'm like,
wait, time out. He drove you to this place.
He drove me. Now he's my ride home. He's my ride home. Now he's on his like 10th, 16th reason of like drinking. Like, and I'm like, yo, I goes,
that's bad.
I was like, you need to stop. I was like, for me to tell him you need to stop, like, I'm not the type of person to tell a man, like, but you're my ride home.
Yeah.
I'm literally not in Staten Island anymore. I'm in Brooklyn. I don't have my car. You're my ride back home. And you're not gonna back you literally live around the corner.
Yeah.
But what did you want me to go back home with you? Like, that's what your intentions were? Like, it's not gonna happen, bruh. Like, I wanna go home. Like, right after this day, I want to go home.
Oh, I forgot he's from Brooklyn.
Yes. So he literally told me, like, oh, I'm 6 minutes away. Like, I live right around the corner. Da, da, da. I'm like, whatever, bro. Whatever. So I was like, you need to slow down. He's like, I'm fine. I'm good. We're hanging out. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. By the time we leave, I'll be fine. I went, okay. So then I realized.
He's drinking more again after this?
So I'm like, literally. I was like, the food was taken, like they took the food away, like everything was cleaned up. I literally was like on the half of the third of beer. I was like, you know what, I need to stop because I started feeling like I was feeling it. So I was literally, when you have that drunk tiredness,
yes,
that's what I was getting. And I was like, and I'm slowly staring at him like, and now I'm drunk. Now I'm getting that tired feeling, and I'm like, I need to stop. You stop because this guy doesn't even know. If anything happens, I need to know where I'm going.
Right.
Like, I need to be coherent of what's going to happen because this guy isn't. This guy literally is like, he's drinking like we've been together for 14 years and I know how to handle it. Like, that's just typical him. Like, this is our 4th time meeting. You took me out. You took me from Staten Island to Brooklyn, taking me to dinner, and you're getting drunk and you're my ride back home.
Right.
And I'm supposed to be getting in the car with you when you act like this.
That's insane.
Mind you, it was 9 o'clock. It was still early. He's like said like, oh, we're hanging out, whatever. At that time, when they took the food away and he was on his last drink and I was just done, he goes, close out my tab. I was like, thank God. They closed out his tab. Like, he left his tab open. And I'm like, thank God. I was like, all right. Now, I forgot a detail. So there was a girl sitting next to me, and she was typing up a storm. Like, she was going through some type of breakup, and I see the paragraphs that she's typing. And then I happened to hear her say, you know, you left me, you walked out. And I'm like, yo, like, this girl's going through. And I told him, I was like, she's going through a breakup right now. Like, she's literally, like, talking to herself in the chat. And he's like, oh, stop. He's like, stop staring. He's like, how do you know? I was like, because look. He's like, oh, shit, really? Like, that's crazy. Like, they're going through a breakup. Now, he closes the tab. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. Like, where's the bathroom? So he says, it's over there. Like, it's behind this thing. It looked like a closet. It reminded me of, like, going into a closet, like, with the sheets. Yeah. Like, it looked like a curtain, and then you go in, and there's 2 bathrooms. And it still was upscale. Like, it was a nice, I tell you, it was a nice bar. It didn't look like it was a hole-in-the-wall, like, dive bar, like, at all. It was very upscale. So I go to the bathroom. I come back out. Who is he talking to? The girl. Like, laughing with her. Ha, 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 ha. And I'm like...
Okay.
I'm like, I woke up, and I don't know you as much to get jealous, but, like, at the end of the day, like, this is our date.
Right.
Like, you took me out on a date. Like, this is our date. And you're talking to another female, which is whatever.
It was a red flag that he even brought you to a bar.
Exactly.
On a date anyways.
Exactly. When I pulled up and I saw a bar, that's a red flag. Yo, bro, you got a drinking problem.
When she told me that she was going out to dinner, like, on a date, I assumed that she was going to a restaurant and then a bar afterwards. I didn't know that it was, like, a restaurant bar type.
I mean, it looked like a steakhouse type of bar. It was very upscale.
Right. But I feel like it's also the environment, too, that matters.
Yes, of course. And, like, a lot of people are drinking. There's girls that are trying to pick up men. Men are trying to pick up girls. Like, it's just, like, you know, you go when you're single, you try, like, how I met him. Like, you go and you're going to pick somebody up. So, he did give me, at the beginning, he was giving me his full attention, whatever. So, and then when I come out of the bathroom, he's talking to that girl that I told that he's going through a breakup.
Uh-huh.
I go over and I go over like very calm, like, hi, like, and he's like, oh, hey, Dana. He's like, this is Dana. This is, I think her name was Jessica. This is Jessica. I think so because I have her number on my phone. This is Jessica, right? And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh my God. She's like, she talks like this. Oh my God. She's like, I was literally fighting with my girlfriend. She's a lesbian.
Okay.
She's a lesbian, right?
Okay.
So beautiful. She's very beautiful. Very beautiful. And she's like, yeah, I'm fighting with my girlfriend, and, you know, we're talking about, he's like, he's like, Dana, like, listen to this. You were so right, he said. He told her, he goes, yeah. He goes, don't be, like, no disrespect or anything, or, like, we're, like, looking into your business, but we were talking about it over here. I'm like, oh, my God. He's literally telling her that we were talking about her. Like I don't know how she's gonna take it, because she could be like, oh really, like, you guys are weird, but she was really cool. She was just like, yeah, I'm from Staten Island. I'm going, you're from Staten Island? I was like, me too. Like, it was so weird how did that, like, she's like, oh really? She's like, yeah, I'm from Staten Island. I was like, yeah, I'm from Staten Island too. She's like talking, she goes, her girlfriend lives in Long Island, but now they live in Staten Island together. Like, that's how they met, and we were talking. We clicked. All of a sudden her girlfriend comes in, like, we meet her girlfriend and we hit it off. We were all talking. Now, beer goggles, whatever I'm going to call him, a liquor lover, okay? He's ordering another drink. He's opening up his tab again. Because now we're going to talk about politics.
Oh, my God.
Politics. So, he's one-sided, and they're another side. So
oh, my God.
Now the conflict starts. Now
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Just went home, bro.
I should just went home. So now I'm sitting there. Now he's getting heated. He's talking about politics.
Are you serious? Yes. He just brought it up out of nowhere?
I don't know how it was brought up. Oh, because where we met. We met on election day. Because they asked, like, oh, how'd you guys meet? And we said we met. And they're like, oh, wow, it's so soon. You guys, I thought you guys were dating. Like, the way we were talking.
The way he was drinking.
The way he was drinking. The way we were speaking. The way I was handling it. Like, we were together for a very long time. Like, I literally told him, like, yo, you need to calm down. Like, you're cut off. Like, that's it. Yeah. You're done. Like, that's it.
And how did you react when he ordered another drink?
I was just like, he didn't pay attention to me after that. He was in his own world. I'm literally sitting there with water like this in the group, and I'm like, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, and he's like, and getting into the girl's face, because now he's getting belligerent. Like, he's literally getting, like, I'm not saying beer muscle because he wasn't drinking beer, but he was getting, like, out of hand. He was literally like, but you don't understand. Yes, he was getting an angry drunk.
And what were the girls doing?
The girls were like, yo, like, calm down. Like, it's not that serious. You know, you have your opinion. I have my opinion. It is what it is.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, yo, you guys need to stop talking politics. Like, we have our own views. And, like, it was whatever I said was just like,
they weren't listening to you?
No one was listening to me.
What the
so
fuck?
I'm just sitting
no
there like,
way.
Yo, like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
No way. What?
Yeah. So now I get tapped on the shoulder, and like I said, my friend was there. The girl I work with was there. I thought it was some girl coming up to me, like, complimenting on my hair, because that's what I was getting all night. That's the only attention I was getting, because I wasn't getting attention from him half the night. And I didn't recognize her, and she's like, it's Ariana from work. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I started talking to her a little bit. I even introduced him to her, and he was so in tune with his conversation. He was just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, and then went back.
Was he actually mad, though? Was he actually, like, going back and forth?
Yes,
yes.
He was so, like, when someone's passionate about something, but now that you have a liquor with you, now you're even more, passionate. Like, you're aggressive. He was aggressive. Like, to the point that he was in her face. And then, afterward, then it was fine. Then they were cool. Then they were hugging. Like, he was going waves. He was going into an emotional wave. Like, he was angry, then nice. Angry, then nice. I started seeing that because I was sober. Everyone else was drunk around me, and I was sober because I wanted to sober up, because I needed to find a way home if I needed to. Mm-hmm. So whatever. So he's talking, whatever. Now, mind you, I'm standing because we were about to leave because he closed out his tab. Mm-hmm. He was sitting the whole time. And the only reason why I feel some type of way about that, and I realized that it was wrong, is when he went out for a cigarette and he told me to sit down. So this whole time you had me stand and you were sitting. You had your girl that you're with.
Wait, why were you standing?
Because we were leaving. And then we got into the conversation, and I never sat back down, like, because we were leaving. And, like, we got into the conversation, then he got into the conversation, and then I just stood there like a schmuck, like, just standing there like, yo, like, bro, like, this is our date, and, like, you're literally ignoring me. Like, you're talking about politics. Like, you took me out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you turn around, hey, Dana, you good? Like, you're right? Like, not even that. Like, not like,
you just pretended like you weren't even there.
I wasn't even there. Like, he forgot that he took me to this place. Like, he forgot we were even on a date. I'm not saying you need to, like, kiss my ass and, like, be like, but you took me on a date, and this is so new. Like, we're so fresh. Right. At the beginning, we're still getting to know each other, and now I'm seeing your true colors so early. Like, it's, like, to the point it's scary. Mm-hmm. So then he goes and gets a cigarette, and he goes, sit down. But this whole time, he didn't even tell me to sit down. He had me stand the whole time while he was sitting, having a conversation about politics, and he had me stand there like an asshole.
Yeah.
So now I'm with my water, so I sat down, whatever. The other girl goes into the bathroom, and I'm with the other lesbian girl, the girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And she's like, because I was going to talk to her about her relationship, because the other girl was like, yo, talk to her, because we're having problems too, da-da-da. And I'm like, yo.
Problems?
I'm like, I'm at a date. Like, why am I getting involved in, like, someone else's, like, relationship? So, me, I'm stupid. I was, okay. And I'm like, so I started talking. So the girl was very smart about it. She goes, I heard you guys talking. Like, I know you were going to talk to me about it. I was like, I forget it. I'm not going to talk about it. She goes, no, we're going to talk about your situation. So she turned to me. She's like, how do you feel about it? I was like, honestly, like, what I see now is, like, I'm very uncomfortable. Like, he's not the guy that I met, like, a couple weeks ago.
Not at all.
Because he wasn't acting like that. Yeah, he was a social butterfly, but he wasn't all like, like, he was funny, but, like, he was more reserved. Like,
exactly.
He wasn't, like,
he wasn't doing
crazy.
Too much.
The only person that was doing too much was his friend, but he was mad funny about it.
Yeah.
He was, like, mad funny. Like, he wasn't disrespectful. So now he goes, so she's like, how do you, feel that? I was like, honestly, I don't know. I said, I don't know, like, what his intentions are, and I don't know what my intentions are, because now I see how he is, and I'm not about it. So he's outside having a cigarette. So she's like, I was like, why? What did he say? Like, did he say anything? He's like, honestly, he did. He did say something about you.
What?
To her. To her.
No.
Like, you just met this girl.
No way.
You just met this girl 15 minutes ago, and you're literally telling her, like, about me. Like,
no way.
Yes.
What did he say?
So she was like, I asked him how you guys met, like, like, what do you guys are, or whatever. And he's like, well, I met her at the election party at Paradise, whatever. And when I saw her, when she walked in, I slapped my friend, and he's like, fuck. He goes, that's her. I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Okay. Like, he told his friend, like, she's the one. She's her. So his friend told her to come up to me and talk to me, and that's how it started. I'm like, okay, so what do you think? I told her, what do you think of that? Like, do you think, like, oh, like, fuck, like, that he's gonna try to take advantage of me? Like, she's the one that I'm gonna, like, do my thing with, or she's the one like I see myself with. And she goes, it's more so the second one. Like, he sees himself with you. I was like, really? I was like, because he doesn't act like that, because he literally just blatantly ignored me. She goes, I see it. But he's very sociable, Yeah. And the other girl, the funny thing is, them two are a Scorpio and a Gemini, because she said in front of the girl that from Staten Island, she's a Gemini. And she was just like, when's your birthday to him? And he's like, May 27th. And she turned to me. She goes, when's your birthday? I said, May 22nd. She's like, what? You both are May? You both are Geminis. She's like, she comes over to me. She's like, run. And I'm like, I starting to see it. I starting to see it. And she's like, two Geminis together are more toxic than a Scorpio and a Gemini. And I'm like, she's a Scorpio. I was like, I have my own Scorpio. I know. But you know what? It's very hard to let go of them because they're so, like, it's a mystery. And she's having a hard time letting go of her, because I said I get it. But she's like, two Geminis. She goes, it doesn't seem it's going to last, because two Geminis together, like, it's too much of a turmoil. Like, you guys are both sociable, and it's like someone's going to get more sociable, and it's going to hurt somebody. And I started seeing that. Like, he literally ignored me. So he comes back from outside. He recognizes another guy.
Oh, my God. Because he's from Brooklyn, so he probably knows all these people.
Yes. So now he talks to this guy. Hey, whoa. Now, mind you, I forgot one thing. He was wearing a scarf around his neck because he took the lesbian girl's scarf around her neck. She was wearing a satin scarf.
What?
Yeah, she was wearing a satin scarf. So he's like, yo, this is cool. Like, I want to wear it. So he was wearing it majority of the time. So now he's walking around. He looked like a sailor. Like, he's wearing like he looked like a sailor. So I'm just like sitting there like at the bar, like texting you. I was texting you, and I'm like, that's when I said, like, he's getting crazy. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, he's getting crazy. And then he goes over to the guy. Now there's a group of people. There was a girl.
He just
there.
leaves you and goes to
me.
do
like,
his own thing.
I'm here. This is the bar. He's over there. Like, away from me. And I'm sitting there, like alone.
Okay, so what did you do after that?
I literally was like, that's it, I'm leaving. That's it, I'm finding my way out. Because he didn't look at me. I gave him an opportunity.
How long was he, like, away from you for?
I would say 10, 15 minutes. Like, that long. To the point that the couple came over to me and was like, he's very sociable, and I see what you're saying. Because now he's getting rowdy again. Yeah. He was talking to the guy. Then he leans over, talks to the girl. Like, that's in the group, like if he was by himself. Now I see how you would react if you were by yourself. Right. I was a little outside looking in, like type of fly on the wall. You know when people go, I wish I was a fly on the wall? Well, I was that fly. I literally had that fly experience because I watched him, how he acted. Because now if you went out. You think
he just like forgot that you were there?
Because he was so drunk, he didn't even know where he was. Yeah. He didn't even, mind you, he didn't even know that he left his stuff in the bar when we were leaving. Wait, I get to that part. Sorry. So now I was like, that's it. So she's like, listen. She's like, do you want to come home with us? Because we're going to go to Staten Island. She goes, well, we live in New Dorp, and then you just Uber home. I was like, you know what? So I was like hesitant. Should I leave? Should I not leave? I was like, whatever. She was in my ear, like talking, and my face was just like, like not disconnected, but like very like no emotion. He saw that. He was just like, what's going on? Like, I was just like, so like whatever. So before that, he was like, I want another drink. I was like, yo, you're my ride home. Like,
wait. He drank again?
Again, because now he talked to that guy, and the guy was ordering the drink. Like, the friend.
Was he like able to walk?
He was walking, but he was just like.
Was he like aware?
He was feeling very loose.
Because this is on like the 20th drink.
Yeah, about. Like, he was like literally got the bartender or whatever. And I'm literally, my back is turned to the bartender, and he's ordering another drink. I'm like, yo, hello, you're my ride home. And he's like, I'm fine, we're good, I'm fine. Either way, you could drive home. Me drive home? What is that going to say? You want to stay over with me because now you can't drive back to Brooklyn? Like, what? Like, you ignored me the whole time, and I feel safe with you to come back home with me? Like, what? I was like, get out of my face. He's like, I just want just one more. I turned to the bartender. I was like, he's cut off. And what did she do? And she was like, you got it. She's like, she's seen it. She's like, you got it. And he's like, he turns around and goes, yo, what are you doing? That's when he got nasty with me.
Oh my
he's like,
God.
Yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, but they take it seriously when you say that. So he's trying to get another drink and she wasn't giving it to him because I said he's cut off. He was, I'm telling you, he's so cut off that he was to the point that he was going to get kicked out. Like if 1 or 2 more drinks, he would have been kicked out of the bar. And I would have been embarrassed. Okay? So I was like, he's cut off. And she's like, you got it. You got it. Like, she was really cool about it. Like, she's cut off. Like, he's my ride home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm not even thinking about the ride home. I'm thinking about him. Like, yo, I'm trying to save you from not getting in trouble or getting arrested or getting kicked out and getting banned from this bar ever. Like, I'm looking out for you. Even though you ignored me the whole time, I was still looking out for you. Like, it's to the point, like, that's it. You're done.
And you guys are having this conversation in the bar?
In the bar. And he's like, oh, whatever. So now the girls are seeing that he's getting rowdy. So they're trying to take the scarf
He's,
off.
like, really yelling?
They're yelling. He's like, yo, like, what the hell? They take this thing seriously when you cut me off. Like, yo, you cutting me off? I said, you're cut off.
Oh, my God.
I think enough is enough already. Like, I'm, like, to the point I was trying to tell him, like, I'm looking out for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even care that you could drive me home or not. I'll find a way home. But I'm thinking of you. Like, you're gonna get arrested or you're gonna get kicked out or you're gonna get into a fight with someone. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
But he's not thinking like that. Like, he's literally has these muscles, like these liquor muscles, and like he's like invincible and like no one should tell him no. I was like, yo, like, I need to get out of here. Like, I need to get out. She's like, do you want to go? I'm like, I'm done. I literally got off the stool. Now they're trying to take the scarf off. He's like, yo, what's going on? The environment is changing. And they're trying to take the scarf off because they want to leave. Yeah. Because he's making everyone feel uncomfortable. Yeah. So now I'm with the guy that's making everyone feel uncomfortable. He's like talking, mingling with other people, ignoring that I'm there. I was like, I'll just go home with these random girls. I don't know who they are. I think I feel more safer with them than I do with him. Yeah. So I get off the thing. He sees that I'm putting my jacket on. He sees me getting my bag. He stops talking to this girl because she's trying to explain, yo, what's going on? We're good. He sees me getting ready to leave. He turns around. He freaks out. He's like, yo, come. I need to talk. We're going to talk. I was just like, still no emotion. I'm still walking out. Like, I'm walking out of the bar. We go
At this point, you're just done.
Done. Like, I'm literally done. So now I didn't want to talk to him. I was literally walking. I was going to continue to walk with them. He follows me outside, and that's when it all went down.
Oh, my God.
He's screaming in the street.
What?
He's like, what's going
on?
You? Like, I'm like,
what the hell?
I'm like, yo, like, I'm like, calm down. You're here. I'm literally talking like this. I'm like, you're here. You need to be down here. He's like, yo, what's going on? We were fine. Da, da, da. Like, what? Like, what are you doing? And he doesn't know what he's saying. Like, he's just saying, what are you doing? That's all he kept saying. Like, what are you doing? We were fine. Like, oh, come on. Like, why you gotta be like that? Yelling in the street. And I'm like, yo,
are other people watching this?
Now, mind you, there was like one person in the front. And there was people coming from the party next door. They were outside, but it was very desolate. Like, it wasn't like anyone standing in front of the bar, but there was people out walking about. But like, I was so in tune about the situation, I really didn't pay attention. Mm-hmm. But then I knew nobody. Now, mind you, I think God was in my presence because I met a girl from Staten Island. They were going back to Staten Island. They were going to drive. They were going to take me home, you know, and it's like God was saying, go home with them. Yeah. My gut feeling, I was like, let me go home with them. But then they started walking, and he stopped me, and then he kept walking to their car. So I'm like, yo, like, what am I going to do? Like, I need to ride home. I need to figure this out. Either I take an Uber, $50 to come from Brooklyn to Staten Island, but it'll be the best $50 ever because it saves my life because he's drunk. Mm-hmm. Or I would have to take public transportation and I won't be home till like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was 12 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. You know, I didn't know. That was going in my head. So like I said, nobody was outside where the front of the bar is. So I was having a conversation with him. I was like, listen, you took me from Staten Island to Brooklyn and you got pissed drunk and you're my ride home. How responsible are you? Oh, come on, like, stop it. Like, you know, I'm not going to put you in danger. Da, 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 da. He's like, we're fine. Like, that's it. I'm done. We can leave now. I said, we're not leaving at all. I told you about an hour ago to sober up. You were sobering up and then you opened up your tab again. I said, again, like, this was our date. So I was like, this is you're not understanding, you're not grasping it. This is our date. You took me out on a date. This is for us. I'm not saying that we're not going to meet anybody. I love to be social. I love to meet other people. But you took it to the next level, I said. Yeah. I was like, you ignored me. Oh my God. Blah, blah. And he didn't make any sense. I was like, yo, I was like, you're not grasping what I'm saying. And I'm going to say it again. I was like, you took me from Staten Island knowing that I did not drive myself. You're my ride home and you still got drunk. I was like, the damage is done. All he heard was done. And he's like, no, it's not done. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh
what are you talking about? We're not, it's not over. He's like, what are you talking about? It's over. It's not over. I go, you're not grasping what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, like, I was like, there's no, then he was about to say the F word. And I was like, yo, I'm not sitting here taking the disrespect. So I started walking the opposite way. I was like, I have to walk away from him because he's literally, I was like, yo, you need to calm down because you're going to get in trouble. You're in public intoxicated. He's like, nothing's going to happen to me. I know everybody here. Nothing's going to happen to me. I was like, show. I was like, here we go again. Like, I'm not dealing with this. And then I went back up to him. I was like, you're not getting it. You took me from Staten Island, I'm going to say it again, and I'm in Brooklyn with no car. Now, I said it the third time, and as I said the word Staten Island, I heard two girls say, you're from Staten Island? And I look past them, and there's these two girls standing there that weren't there before. I didn't see them walk out of the bar. I never seen them in the bar because the bar is pretty small.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like, what?
Wait, so you didn't go home with the other two girls?
No. So then she's like, you're from Staten Island? And they saw me arguing with him, like the way he was talking to me and the way I was handling it. She's like, you're from Staten Island? I'm like, oh, yeah. She's like, come with us. You're coming home with us.
Oh, my
God. You ain't going with him. And I'm like, yo, like, I can cry right now because I feel like that was God again.
Oh, my God.
Like, those are my true guardian angels because I did not see them outside. I was very observant in my area. I did not see them walk out of the bar because I was standing in front of the bar. Like, in front of the door. It's just so weird how it happened. Like, they were my two freaking guardian angels. And I'm like, you ain't going home with him. She's like, you come with us. And he turns to me and he goes, you want to go? I went, yep. And I went with them. Don't know these girls from the hole in the wall. Yeah. And I ended up, and you know, they were very nice. They were like the girls were so nice. And I'm like, she's like, you're coming home with us. Now he sees me walk to them. He gets mad and he walks to his car. Not know that he starts walking toward his car. Right?
And he's gonna drive like that?
He didn't realize that he left his hat in the bar. He didn't realize he left his phone in the bar. I think when he was halfway down the block, he was like, oh, I left my stuff. So he starts walking back, passes me again.
Oh my God.
Into the bar, picks up his stuff, puts his hat on, takes his phone.
And you're still there?
And I'm still in the
front.
You're
watching?
I'm watching him. And not inside the bar, I was outside. He passes me again, doesn't say anything like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, any human being, no matter if we're gonna continue or not, any human being will be like, yo, like, you good? Like, you're making this girl go into two random girls Uber that don't even know. I don't even know them. They could say they're from Staten Island, and I believe them. They could have took me to Guam, and I would have been like dead, God forbid, you know. Yeah. And he didn't care. He just walked off. He didn't even text me, nothing. So I went in the car with them, and they said, you know what? I want to applaud you. And I'm like, applaud me? He's like, I was like, for what? And she's like, the way you handled it with such grace, the way he was talking to you, you stood there like a boss, she said. She's like, we watched you. You handled that like a boss. You knew what to say. I was like, really? Because I felt like I was all over the place. She's like, no. She's like, you are a boss. Like, you handled that very well. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I said, I feel like God sent you to me. And I was like, I want to thank you guys 100%. She goes, of course. She's like, even if you didn't come with us when we say, oh, you're from Staten Island, whatever, and we saw you walking with him, we would have stopped you and told you, no, you're not going. You were coming home with us back to the island no matter what. So you were, either way, it's inevitable. Sweet. You were coming. And they were so sweet. So they were great. I thank them so much, you know, and they, like, random people that don't even know me, you know, and they go, we hope, like, you know, you're not going to talk to him. Like, if he's going to text you, you know. I said, of course he is. I was like, but he's going to have a conversation by himself in the chat. And they started laughing. They go, my God. She's like, you know what? You say God sent us to you. I think God sent you to us because that's great. She's like, this is what we needed to hear. She's like, you're so wise in what you say. Like, you don't take nothing. You stood there like a boss, she said. You stood there with your 2 feet on the ground. You have so much value with yourself. And, you know, we both were, like, amazed. She's like, we're not going to big you up, but we were amazed how you handled that. And I was just like, and then when he was leaving, I forgot to say, typical Staten Island. She's like, yeah, this douchebag, like, this jerk off, like, he can't even walk straight, can't even talk. You ain't going anywhere with that jerk. Like, I was dying.
I wonder how he even drove.
I don't even know. I hope he got home. I don't know. I don't know anything. And still hasn't texted me.
Oh my god.
He's
Are
probably
you gonna
so
talk to him again?
I don't. If we do, if we do, like I said, you're never gonna find the most perfect guy.
Yeah.
But that's blatantly disrespect. Like, you literally ignored me. I cannot accept the drinking. I can't accept the drinking problem. I can't.
No.
You have to admit that you have a problem. Like, I can't, because now if you go out with your friends, so you go out with your friends, like, that's how you act. I can't trust you.
You want to be with this girl, but
Yep.
your conscience is not to keep her safe. It's just to do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I said. Like, you know me. If I'm going to be determined to get home, I'll be determined to get home. I'll find a way home. And you know that's how I am.
Yeah,
if I'm uncomfortable, if I don't feel safe, I will find an alternate way to get home. And I did not feel safe with him. I did not, because like, he was belligerent. He was so drunk. And to me, to go in the car with him. And how if I drove home and he made me uncomfortable and anxious because he's so like, his emotions are up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, he was bipolar. Like, like, he was nice and he was angry. Then he was nice and he was angry. Like, yo, like, either you don't drink anymore, or you cut yourself off, or like, I can't be with something like that. That's granted, he's very financially stable. He's everything that I ever want in a guy.
Yeah, but alcohol is a big problem.
Yes,
and it's hard to break too.
I can't take on another problem. I can't.
No.
Like, I'm not stable for that. Like, I'm not, because like,
No.
I literally, the way I handled it was like, Kelly, you'd be so proud of me. I stood there. I didn't make a scene. I observed. I watched. I internalized. Like I said, I had the fly on the wall experience.
Yep.
And I have to take that into consideration. Like, I had that advantage. No one ever gets that advantage. And I saw, and I have to tell him, like, listen, like, I want to talk to you. So if he does, he has a lot of proving to do.
Yep.
A lot. I mean, a lot, to the point that, like, you got to move mountains now.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of, you, like I said, you need to invest in me. And what I saw, I'm not happy about it. So if there should be no liquor involved in this conversation ever, because liquor and you cannot be mixed, because you don't handle yourself. Because I feel like he has unlimited amount of money and he's using it on liquor. Like, that's such a waste of money.
Yeah.
There's no cap. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like he has no cap. And like, he kept going and kept going. I love to know how much the bill was.
It's good for you though, because at least you got to see it before you got like involved completely.
Yeah.
Because we always say, remember how guys fake it in the beginning. They want to show off. They want to pretend that they're the best guy. They want to do all these favors for you and show that they're the right one and whatever. And then 3 months down the line, it's like, now you start to see their true colors. At least now, what, fourth date, third date, you finally see, like,
you have
okay,
a drinking problem.
He has a drinking problem.
Like, you have a drinking problem. And how I handled it was such, like, I was so, I'm so proud of myself. How I've never dealt with someone that had a drinking problem like that. I never was in that situation, because I don't put myself in those situations. But I was. And I handled it so well. Yeah, deep down inside, I was like, anxiety, like, oh my God, like, I don't know if he was gonna attack me, like, because you know, when you're drunk, you feel, you don't know,
like you can't control yourself.
I don't know how he's gonna react. Like, that's all he needed to do is just swing at me, God forbid, and I would have laid him out. I swear to God, I would have laid him out, like, because that's how it was. He was getting aggressive, and he can't drink. He needs help. He needs help. And liquor, and he kept going, and I'm like, yo, I can't. I don't mind the drinking, you know me. I like to go out, I like to drink, whatever, but that's a problem.
Too much.
That's a disease.
Yeah.
That was getting a disease, and I was just like, not about it. Like, he literally has to prove himself, like 100 and not even 100%, like 210%, maybe 500%.
He has to like stop drinking completely, or like one drink max.
Yeah.
Maybe
one, two, you know, even 3. Like, he was handling it well, 3, like, to the point that it looked like it was 20 drinks. Like, that's, I mean, I could be over exaggerating, but it was just like, I was like, maybe like 10, maybe less than 10.
That's still a lot.
But still, that's like a whole bottle.
He's a skinny guy.
Yeah.
And he's not like big. He's not super tall. He's just like an average dude.
Average guy. And he literally has a problem. And that's where we get into like, how do you date? Like, I didn't even meet him online. I met him at a bar, like at an event.
That's why you always say. That's why I always tell people, like, I would never date somebody that I meet in a bar, because like, why are you in the bar in the first place? How often do you go to the bar? What are your intentions that you're in the bar in the first place? Like, do you drink all the time? Like, that's why I try to avoid bar goers, because it's like,
But I'm like, you know what? I met him face to face, and instead take me off the online thing, because the online thing is there's a dead end. You can't find anyone good on there. I'm sorry. I don't know where they get these success stories that people get married from Hinge or whatever. Like, but I think that was before time. I feel like that was before, you know, people were using it the wrong way, like to hook up. You know, and at the beginning, people were really using it for meeting people, and now they're using it to hook up. 40-year-old men, like I'm old. I'm like 37. Like, you're 40 years old and above, and you're still playing games like you're in high school. Like, you're still trying to hook up and not settle. Like, there's something wrong with you, bro. There's something wrong with you. I can't. But I said, I see myself with him, but I can't see myself with him with that problem.
No,
I can't. Like I said, he's financially stable. He wants the same thing I want. You know, when he's sober, like, we have a good time, we laugh, we whatever. But then when he's mixed with the alcohol, I can't. Like, it's poison. Right. Poison. And it was scary because I was alone. You know how I felt? I was alone in a crowded area. I was alone in a crowded area.
Because you didn't know anybody. You knew the girls, but, like, they're strangers.
They're strangers. I just met them. And they were with him anyway. They were in that group. And no one said, hey, Dana, come on up. No one even acknowledged me. And I told him, I kept stressing it. At the end of the day, I said, this is our date. We weren't going out like friends, or we weren't going out like, oh, we're going to go to the bar tonight and go, you know, we were going out on a date.
Exactly.
And you're acting like we were at an outing and we were friends, and, you know, we went out just to pick up people, and we were there on a date. You took me out on a date, and it ended like that. And you literally walked away from me. Like, you were talking to, like, these groups of people, and you didn't even include me. So it's time for me to go.
Yep.
That's it. And I did. I picked my stuff up and I left.
I actually have a similar story. I'm trying to think of how I met this kid. I met this kid actually from the podcast. Yeah. It was a mutual friend that I started, like, working with. And at first he was really cool. I knew that he had, like, a drug problem. He did, like, psychedelics and crazy shit. But he was, like, trying to recover from doing that and, like, chase a different life. So we hung out, like, in settings, like work settings, like, you know, going to the bar where he was, like, filming videos for them, whatever. So it was more so, like, networking, and he was cool. Like, he was a good vibe, very friendly, funny. So it was cool. Like, I didn't mind it. I was upfront with him saying that, like, I wasn't really looking for anything serious. Well, I wasn't, not that I was not looking for anything serious. I wasn't looking for anything in general. Because if you guys know me, you know I'm not a relationship person. I'm very just not. I don't connect with people like that. But I was like, I'm very closed off. Like, I'm very reserved. So I was like, I like you as a person. We're cool. We're vibing, whatever. By, like, the second time I met him, he started saying that he started to like me, and that, like, he wanted to grow with me, and, like, he saw me as being, like, his potential partner, whatever. And again, I was just explaining to him, like, I like your vibe, but, like, you know, I'm not really sure, whatever. So Halloween just passed. Me and Dana had plans to go to a bar. He texted me, I think, what was it, like, the day before or whatever, like, the weekend. And he goes, like, oh, like, I put your name on a guest list for this club, really popular club in New York. And mind you, the promoter actually hit me up 2 days before asking to put me on the same exact guest list. And I said, oh, no, thank you. Like, I appreciate it, but no. He tried to make it seem like this guest list was so hard to get on that, like, we had to go. Like, we didn't have a choice,
there was nobody there.
Yeah, so I tell him, like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I already have plans with Dana. And, you know, like, that's my friend. Like, I'm not going to just cancel plans with her to go to a club with you. Like, no. And he was like, really? Like, this is the hardest guest list to get on, and I tried so hard to get us on this guest list, and, like, you can bring her. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, Dana, like, would you want to go to the club in the city? Like, it's probably going to be more fun.
And I'm like, no.
She said no. She was not for it. But I'm like, listen.
I was like, come on, Kelly, let's stay local. And me saying no, I'm all for, yeah, let's go. Like, I want to go. No, I just felt like, no.
But I was like, Dana, honestly, like, it's going to be more lit than, like, being in Staten Island. Like, nobody's going to be in Staten Island. Everyone's in Atlantic City or going to the Manhattan.
And we're always in the city. Right. We like to go into the city.
She probably just had, like, a bad vibe of, like, what was going to happen, which rightfully so. You're going to see why. So I finally convinced her to go, and I text him. I'm like, okay, like we're both down to go. I give him her name. She adds her onto the guest list, right? So Dana picks me up. We go and get coffee, and then we're waiting for the guy to pick us up. He's also from Brooklyn, so it took him like 40 minutes to come and get us. He finally gets us, and the way he's driving, he zooms down my block. And mind you, it's a dead end block.
Dead end.
And Dana's like, Kelly, is this him? Is he really fucking serious? Zooming down the block, like it's
a dead end.
She starts yelling at me. She's like, Kelly, is this who you're putting, like, is this who you're trusting to bring us into the city? Like, are you kidding me? Like, what is this? Like, are you serious? And like, she's just going off, right? And I'm like, I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, one, I'm kind of like nervous a little bit because I'm like, what the fuck are we getting ourselves into? And I'm also just laughing because I'm like, Dana, like you're overreacting. Yeah. Like I know this kid. Like I've met him multiple times. Like he's cool, right? We always think that since we met them a couple times, like they're good, right? Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, Kelly. Okay, fine, let's go. And I was so pissed.
So mind you, he has a nice car, obviously from dealing, you know.
Love them.
Whatever. Which is another reason why I didn't want to take him seriously, because I don't come from that type of lifestyle. Obviously, I'm not willing to kind of like put myself in that position. My ex from high school, he was very much into all that, like, you know, weird illegal shit. And
but I also told you, I was like, yo, you're telling me this now? I was like, he's driving like this, making the car hot. How do I not know what he has in the car? Like, we're all gonna go down. Like, he's driving like a maniac. He's making the car look hot. He's gonna get pulled over. How do you not know the cop's gonna search the car? I mean, yeah, they need warrants, whatever. But if they have probable cause and they find something, like, we're all going down. And I just met this guy.
She's telling me all of this, and I'm literally like, okay, like, let's just be optimistic. Like, it's gonna be fine, whatever. So we get in the car, and mind you, this is just my friend. So I'm literally telling Dana, like, listen, I'm not talking to this guy. This is not my future man. Like, it's just a friend. Like, you don't have to worry about me getting into anything, like, with this man. Like, it's just, you know, it's Halloween. We're going to go out. We have costumes on, whatever. So we got in his car. He's so quiet, right? He's barely speaking. He's blasting his music.
Oh, my God. I was feeling nauseous.
He's speeding, and when I tell you speeding, like, I don't mean just like regular speeding. I mean like he's in and out of the lanes, like stopping,
in the
like
tunnel.
Stopping short. Like,
who
I
switches
swear,
lanes in the tunnel? Who switches lanes? And he's doing 90 in the tunnel.
Literally
and it's
90. Literally 90. I was watching. He was going 90.
If somebody like T-boned him in the city where he was going in and out, and he was going vroom, up there behind, going next, shaking the whole car. If some car was coming straight down a block, he would have got T-boned, and we would have flipped, God forbid. The car would have flipped over.
So the point where Dana was in the back seat holding my hand, like she was grabbing my hand from the back seat, holding my hand, squeezing me because she was so scared. And I was literally like, we were both getting nauseous from the movement in the car. And he's not paying no mind. He's in his own world, just speeding, this and that. And he's like, oh, I mentioned that I was tired. I was getting tired. So he brought us Red Bulls. So he hands me my Red Bull and he's like, here, like, I got this for you. I'm like, oh, thank you. I open it. He's speeding. I turn to him. I'm like, you're going to speed when I'm trying to drink this?
Yeah.
And he turns to me. He like laughs. He has like a smirk and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay.
Like I said, I've been in fast cars before. That was crazy. I felt nauseous. I kept going like this. Oh my God, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. And I had to pee and I had to throw up.
Oh my God, I had to pee so bad. And this is kind of like what saved us a little bit. So I'm literally about to pee myself. And I tell him like, yo, if you keep speeding, I'm going to piss in your car. He goes, it's okay. I can afford it. If you pee in my car, I'll get it detailed. It's fine. I'm like, no, like, you need to stop.
I should have threw up in his car. And I was like, should I throw up? Because I'm going to throw up and he's going to go all over his car.
At this point, I'm getting so, like, scared and nauseous. And so is Dana. We're both texting each other, like, what the fuck?
To the point that I grabbed her neck. And
Bro,
I never am that like physical with Kelly. I grabbed her neck. I'm like, yo, you better tell him to slow down. Yeah. Or I'm gonna go ballistic.
I start yelling at him like, yo, you need to stop. He's like, I'm just trying to get there. Blah blah blah.
Get there.
I'm like, okay, whatever. So we finally get there.
We ain't gonna get there if we're dead. Like, what?
I know. We finally get there. He parks. I get out of the car. I look at his car. I'm like, Dana, He has a fake plate. Look at his car.
I went like this.
She's over it at this point. She's like, oh my fucking God, Kelly, let's just go inside. We didn't really pay no mind to it, but he does have a fake plate on his car. So
he gives you his glasses, whatever.
Oh my God.
I know I heard you say was, what am I, the black bag lady? I was like, damn, I was going to tell her to hold my stuff too, but forget it.
So he has his fucking Cartier glasses. Mind you, why the fuck are you wearing sunglasses in the club? You could barely see anything.
It's nighttime. Like dark. And he's wearing sunglasses.
Anyways, he's like, oh, I wear sunglasses when it's dark because I'm high and like it. I don't know what his thing was, but he was like, I'm sober tonight, so can you hold my glasses? I'm like, okay, whatever. I put his stupid sunglasses in my bag. We get to the front of the bar. There's already a line forming.
Oh my God.
He goes up to the bouncer. He's like, yeah, I'm on the guest list, whatever. What does the guy say?
You
have to wait on the line.
You gotta go on that line. But I'm on the guest list. But you gotta wait on that line. You gotta go talk to him. So he goes talks to the other guy. And I'm watching this. I said, I gotta freaking pee.
We're about to pee ourselves. I'm literally like, okay, we're gonna go find a bathroom because I'm not kidding. I was about to pee myself on the sidewalk. So me and Dana run down the street, run to CVS. At this point, we're like, what the fuck did we get ourselves into? Like, how do we get out of this? Like, we're not getting into the club. Like, we have to pee. No one's letting us use the bathroom. The CVS is like, oh, we don't have a bathroom for customers. So we're just like, fuck, what do we do? The guy texts me and he's like, come back. Like, I got us in. So we go back and we get inside finally. Me and Dana are waiting on the line for the freaking bathroom. We finally pee. That line was mad long, and the bathroom was so tiny. Oh my God.
To the point we were gonna go in the same stall together,
but we couldn't even fit.
We couldn't fit.
We couldn't fit. It was so tiny.
I was like, just come in the stall with me instead of waiting.
So then he brings us to the VIP section. Mind you, there's nobody there. We're the only ones fucking standing there.
Nobody even stops us. How did we end up in the VIP section?
I have no idea. He just walked us up there. It was pitch black, right? He comes up to me and he's like, what do you want to drink? Mind you, you guys know this. I've been sober we're trying to be sober for a while, like at least a few months. So I tell him that he knows that I don't drink anymore, mind you. So I'm like, oh no, like I'm okay. I'm sober. This motherfucker says, me too. Talking about psychedelics. I'm like,
not the same thing. What?
I'm literally like looking at him like, are you dead ass? Like, we're talking about two different things right now. So he's like, are you sure? I think he asked me about 3 times. Oh, he was like, I know what to get you. After I just told you that I don't drink anymore. He's like, I know what to get you. He walks over to the bar.
Espresso martini.
He's like, do you guys have espresso martinis? The guy looks at him like, no. This is like a bar. Like, it's not like a restaurant. It's like a legit like
club bar.
Yeah. He's like, no. He comes back over to me. They don't have espresso martinis. What's the second choice? I'm like, I literally told you I'm not drinking. At this point, he's starting to like annoy me because I'm like, I told you I don't drink and like you're trying to make me drink and it's not happening. So then he's like, okay, whatever. He starts to get like a little pissy, right? He's like, oh, like, do you want to dance? Dance? What the hell is this?
And it's funny because now I calmed down and I was actually happy making the best of it, but I still had an ultimatum. I wasn't going back in his car, but we'll get to that point.
Oh my God. So I'm like, dance? Like, what the fuck does this look like? Dancing with the Stars? Like, what the fuck is this? We're in the VIP section. It's pitch black. There's nobody dancing around us. You want me to dance? Like, just us? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, no, I don't really dance. He's like, come on, like dance. Like, I'm like,
here, dance.
I'm like, no. I'm like, no. First of all, the music is not like dance music. It was like,
it was like techno house.
It was like EDM, like whatever
type of music you get high to, and you're like, yeah, feel the bass. Like, whoa. Like, not my cup of tea. I was like, what?
Yeah. So Dana's just standing there. She's on live, so she's not really paying no mind. I'm wearing my costume. I'm Cruella de Vil, right? I'm trying to
turned around. Talking about Cruella, I turned around and I was like, yo, there's a whole photo shoot going on. Like, what's going on with the light? I'm like,
no, because he goes, we have to take a picture. And I'm just thinking that I'm going to take pictures of my costume because he takes pictures of me all the time, like when we go out. He's a photographer, right? So I'm like, yeah, we need to take pictures. So he's like, tell Dana to take a picture of us. I turned to Dana. I'm like, Dana, do you want to take a picture of us? Like, he wants to take a picture.
That's my favorite.
So I'm like, okay, like we take a picture. Mind you, I never sent him the pictures, but we're going to get into it. So now I tell him to take pictures of me for Instagram, which he takes pictures. They all come out blurry and like horrible, but I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm over it at this point. I want to go home. I'm tired. I'm annoyed. He gets all pissy, right? And he goes and stands in the corner. I swear to God, he stays in the corner with the fucking puss on his face. I don't know what I did. I don't know. I'm talking to Dana, right? We're kind of like giggling in the corner because we're like, what the fuck? Eventually, he comes over and he's like, I feel unwanted here.
No, at that time, I was literally on the phone. I was texting my friend. I was like, hey, you're in the city right now because the situation is, can you bring me home back to Staten Island, me and Kelly, because I'm not getting in this guy's car. Because now he was even mad. He was mad because he was flexing. He wanted to get with Kelly or hook up with Kelly that night, and she wasn't having it, and he was getting mad. So now he was speeding getting there when he was happy. Now he's mad. He's gonna speed even more, and I'm not getting in the car. So I told her, you're either gonna come home with me or you're gonna come home with me because you didn't get in that car because it was dangerous the way he was driving.
It was so dangerous. Like, I'm not even trying to like over exaggerate. It was scary. I've been in cars where like guys are speeding and shit. Like, this was something that I've never experienced before. So he's visibly pissed off. Like, you can see it in his face. Then me and Dana are talking. She's like, yeah, should I say his name? Yeah, Khan's gonna come pick us up.
Khan.
So
he's gonna pick us up.
Khan's gonna come pick us up.
I think you meant the other guy.
No. Khan's gonna come pick us up. Like, Kelly, I don't care. I'm not getting in his car. Like, you can go home with him, but I'm going with Khan. And I'm like, no. Like, we come together, we leave together. Yeah. Like, that's how it is. Like, I'm not gonna go home. I barely want to go home with him to begin with because like he's giving me weird ass vibes. He's standing there in the corner like a weirdo. I'm like, what the fuck?
I told her, I was like, you're coming home with me, and then it was just like he was talking to her. I was like, listen, if you want to believe him, then you can go with him, but I don't want you to go with him. But it is what it is. Like, I don't know what his intentions are because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be by yourself with him. I'm not there. I'm not getting in that car because I love my life too much, and he's gonna be mad because you didn't take the offer.
Exactly. So he comes up to me. He's like, give me my glasses. I'm leaving. If you want to go home with her friend, give me my glasses. I'm leaving. So I open my bag, give him his sunglasses, and he's standing there still with his sunglasses. I'm like, oh, I thought you were leaving. So he's standing there waiting for me. He's like, are you coming? Are you going with her? I'm like, we're going with him, right? At first, Khan was taking a little bit to respond, so like we weren't really sure. And Dana was like, okay, if he doesn't respond in 10 minutes, then we'll go. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So he didn't answer. Khan didn't answer. So we're walking out with the guy that brought us. And then once we get outside, this wasn't planned, but like I wanted pizza. There was a pizzeria across the street. This literally saved us. This pizzeria
bought us time.
Yes, this pizzeria literally saved us. I'm like, guys, I kind of want pizza. Like, let's go into the pizzeria. There was a line to the pizzeria. Apparently, it's like this famous pizzeria.
Joe's Pizza.
Yeah. So we're waiting on the line to get pizza. Khan finally answers. He's like, stay there. I'm on my way. Yeah. So we're like, okay, good. We're waiting on this line. We're getting pizza. I text the guy that brought us, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, but Khan is already on his way. Like, we're going to go with him. So we get our pizza, whatever, and he's like, okay. The guy's like, okay, I'm leaving. He keeps saying, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay. He's still sitting in his car because he's texting me. He's like, are you serious? Like, please come. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I won't speed like that. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, I wanted to make a good impression, but it backfired. Like, I'm really sorry. Like, I see myself with you. I like you. Like, he's literally like spewing.
He also said like, oh, I'm so used to being with only men in the car. Like, I'm like, you got two females. You're responsible for our lives. But it doesn't matter if you're with a man, girl, kid, you're still responsible for the lives in the car. You want to be a jerk off by like driving like that with your friends, that by all means do it, but you're with two girls that literally are trusting you with their lives. I'm sorry. I was so mad.
Yep. And I was straight up and I'm like, you want to be with me, but you're not even mindful of my safety in the car.
Yep.
Like, are you serious? Basically, like your situation, like you brought us to this place. You you practically begged us to come with you to the club.
Yep.
We both didn't really want to, but I kind of felt bad. Like you went out of your way to put us on a guest list. Like, I appreciate that. But remember when he said, oh, you know how I got us on the guest list? I was like, how? He was like, I showed them a picture of you.
Like, what? I'm like, get out of
like,
here.
What the fuck? I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, that's not a flex at all, but okay.
He was flexing real
hard. My God, so bad. So anyway, we're waiting outside. We finally get our pizza. I see the kid drive past us. So we're kind of like hiding like under the table. Yeah. And then finally Khan pulls up. We run in the car. I'm like, Dana, hurry up. Hurry up.
Open the car, Khan. Open the car.
We get inside Khan's car and he zooms off. And the kid's still texting me like, did you like, are you gonna come with me? Are you gonna come with me? I'm like, we just left.
We're literally on the bridge already, and you're like, can you come with me?
And he's like, can I meet you at your house to apologize? I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Nope.
And he's still trying to apologize, I'm like, nope. Like, like that was a bad fuck up, right? He starts acting so pissy, like so mad. He starts playing victim. Like, what was he saying? Like, he was like,
it's not my fault. Like, I really care about you, but you're not giving me a chance. Let me make it up to you. I'm going to take you to dinner. I'll drive safely next time.
Yes.
Like,
he was like guilt tripping me. Like, we can go to dinner next week and talk it out. Talk it out? What do you mean?
I'm telling you guys and girls, first impression is everything. Everything. It may not even first, second, third, in eternity. Just make sure you're true. Like, if you're gonna be a dick and say, hey, I'm a dick, like, you know. But first impressions is everything. Second impression also. Like, you gotta be consistent. There's no consistency anymore. That's what it is. No one's consistent. Everyone's nice one day and a crazy batshit crazy the next day. Like, no one is consistent. But I'm consistent. Why can't you be consistent?
And honestly, I'm the type of person, Dana knows this for sure. People that know me know this. Once I'm turned off, that's it. Once you do something that like kind of rubs me the wrong way, I'm out. That's why, honestly, I'm not really a relationship person. Relationships don't really work out for me because once I see that something is like triggering me or doesn't really fit right with me and my spirit, I'm ready to leave. Like, I can't sit there and like look past things and like work things out. And that's a flaw that I have to work on personally. But once I see something that's like,
you're turned off by
I'm turned off. It's like I can't sit there and be like, okay, maybe we'll work through this. Maybe I'm just like, nope, I protect my peace. I can be by myself. I'm good without all this extra shit. And like Dana laughs at me about this because she's like, oh, he did this the wrong way. You're done.
Block him, Dana. Block. I'm like, but me, I'm like, yo, like, I always believe in second chances. That's just how I am. I believe in second chances. And like, but to get to that second chance, you got to work for it. It's not like, okay, like last night he acted crazy. And I'm not saying that he's going to talk to me over the phone and we're good again. No, he's going to have to prove himself. But I will give you that second chance. But you got to prove to me that you want that. And I'm valued enough to give you that second chance. I can't just give it to you just to give it to you. That's my peace. That's my life. That's my mental. And that's big. Like, if you mess up my mental, like, I get dark. Like, don't mess with my mental because I do not like how I am when that happens. So you literally need to prove to me that you're stable enough, that I feel safe with you, and that I can spend the rest of my life with you and I can have a good time with you. Not that you're getting drunk and you forgot that you had to take me home back to another borough. You have to go over a bridge. I don't live in Brooklyn. I live in Staten Island. Like, get out of my face.
And not only that, like, he handled it so immaturely. He unfollowed me on Instagram. And then he texts me going like, oh, like, what did he say? Like, he was like, can I have another chance? Like, trying to like get me to like talk to him again. And I was just like, you unfollow me on Instagram? And he was like, yeah, because I kept looking at your stories and like I had to avoid the temptation. I'm like, that's dramatic and immature for a man to do.
He has a lot of growing up to do. Like, I'm in a different age bracket. I'm not saying, okay, there's mature people. In my 20s, I was mature, but like, mentality, these guys at that age are not mature enough. He's a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah,
a lot of, especially you're speeding like that, you have a lot of growing up to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're in your 20s, you have every right to have fun. And I'm not saying what you're doing is, you know, like forbidden or illegal. Like, you're having fun, but
speeding like that is illegal.
Is illegal, yeah, right. But I'm saying, like, you're not mature enough. You need to be mature enough mentally to start a real close relationship. You know, you're not hanging out, like, going on a date because you're in high school. Like, oh, let's go on a date. No, this is a relationship. You date to marry. You know what I'm saying? You date to spend the rest of your time with them. You date to live with that person, you know? And I have to feel safe.
I'm laughing because I just looked at the messages and I'm laughing at what he did. What? So he was like, basically he's saying, I'm not going to do it again. Like, I'm going to be consistent and considerate of your feelings. And, you know, we don't come from the same walk of life. I come from the hood. You don't. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? And he's like, you nitpick everything that I do. Like, he's trying to say, like, you know, whatever. He put a please be patient student driver sticker on his car to show me that he's gonna drive slow. And he said, look, how am I gonna speed with this? And he sends me the picture of the sticker on his car. Like, you're trying to be funny, but it's not really funny. And I said, see, like I said, you're doing too much. He said, you're no fun. How is that doing too much? That's hilarious. And then he says, I think maybe you're just so used to toxic shit that you consider the things I'm doing to flatter you as weird or not funny because you're not used to that.
If I was in a different state of mind, I would think that's funny. I think I'm a child, so I think that's funny, but I was involved in that, so I don't think it's funny. Like, literally, we could have died. And I'm not being dramatic. Oh, my God, you're taking it to the next level. But we could have. We're in the city. There's traffic. People are driving crazy, and you're driving like we're on a freeway.
Remember when he almost hit the guy?
Oh, yeah. That would have been a lawsuit.
He literally said that. He was like, Kelly, I'm so sorry. I almost ran over that man.
Like, that could be a lawsuit.
He thinks it's funny. He thought it was funny. It wasn't funny. I'm recording myself to send to him. That's crazy.
I love that.
I blocked him, but
I love that for me.
I had to block him. I had to block him because he kept trying. He called me, remember? And I just, it's a character flaw. Like, it's one thing to make mistakes, and it's one thing to, like, you know, not be perfect. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but once you show me your true self and that's your real character, that you don't give a fuck about your safety, that's a big thing. That's a big concern.
Yep.
And that's not something that I'm willing to be in a relationship with.
Yep.
You know?
Like, I need to feel safe with that person.
Right.
And, you know, and it's funny, like, when this stuff happened last night, I thought of Kelly, and Kelly was sleeping because she really thought, like, I've hung out with him so many times, there's no reason to stay up or, like, try to be, like, around for me because, like I said, I hung out with him before.
And I liked him for her a lot.
Yes, she did. She loved him. She's like, he's perfect for you. Like, and he was great. But last night, like, no, like, that's my safety right there. That you took me to Brooklyn and you had to drive me home. And even if I lived locally, even if I lived in Brooklyn, you still drank. You still had to drive me home. I didn't drive myself there, you know, and I'm the one that's sober. Like, what? Like, we didn't even date long enough for me to be like, you know what? You drive us home. Like, no, I'm not driving your car. Like, this is the fourth time meeting you. Like, I'm going to drive your car. Like, we're cool like that? We're not cool like that. And it's just like, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. And the first person I thought of was Khan. Like, I feel like he's like my safe friend, like I could call to, and that's what I want in a guy. I want to feel safe with him. I want to be like, you know what, I'm gonna call him. I feel safe with him. I love being around him. I want to feel safe. That's my big thing. I want to feel safe with someone.
Yep. And
I didn't last night.
Exactly. I would say block him because you know me. I always just remove.
You're blocked. I'm like, no, you're gonna talk to yourself. By yourself in the chat. People may say, oh, I like the attention. It's not about that. Like, it's just, you're going to talk to yourself.
But me personally,
you're going to watch your messages get delivered.
Me personally, though, I'm the type of person to get tempted to text back, even if it's like arguing or just like proving a point. And I don't want any back and forth.
To trigger you to talk back. Me, I don't text back. I don't. I laugh at the fact that you're gonna watch your messages get delivered. You know I'm looking at them, and you know, I actually, the funny thing is, my new thing now is I put people in silent mode so I don't get notifications because I feel like you need to earn that. Because I don't want to text you all the time, you know? I don't want to see the notifications. You have to prove to me that you're worthy enough to be on the same level as Kelly, same level as my mom, my dad, like for me to unsilent you. But this is what dating has done to me mentally. Like, silent men. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
You have to be worthy enough to get, I want to get you notifications that I'm going to text you all the time. No.
It's like, it's always something.
Yeah. No, I have to physically go into the app and I have to see that you texted me. But, no, I'm done.
I don't know. I think that's a lot. Like, he had one time to prove that he was like a good guy. He took you on this date that was supposed to be like a legit date, and he just like fucked it up.
I kept reiterating
because this was like your first real date.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like, literally sit down, have a conversation, go into Brooklyn, have dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I kept telling him, like, you're not understanding. We're on a date. We're not going out as a boyfriend and girlfriend that like literally are together for a couple of years, and we're gonna go to the bar and like go, you know, talk with our friends or whatever. We literally are on our first date. And I mind you, I love meeting new people, I love having conversations, but that was just
too much.
a whole nother level. That's insane. Like, he just didn't understand. Like, we were on a date, like our first date.
Yep. And let us know in the comments if you've ever experienced like weird dates that you had to escape or anything like that. I'm very interested in hearing your guys' stories too.
And we went on the strip and I started seeing Kettle Black and all the familiar bars. I'm like, yo, we're on a strip of bars. Like, and I was like, you know what? I was like, where is he taking me? And honestly, I thought it was a restaurant because the way it looked outside, it didn't look like a bar. It looked like a steakhouse. Like,
you're not supposed to be talking to other people on your date.
Yeah. We were at a bar. We were sitting, like, it looked like he was like you picked me up. Like, I felt cheap.
Exactly.
I felt cheap. And you know what? I took it as it is. I was like, we sat at the bar. We were comfortable. We were talking. And, you know, and then there was a guy next to me, bro. Like, there was a guy next to me.
I hate that.
Like, and he was just like, had tattoos on his
It's okay.
hands.
We'll go next weekend.
I think he's a usual because, and he was by himself, and like, he looked like the type that he wanted to talk, but he realized that I was with somebody. And like, I think deep down he was like, yo, this guy's not for her. Yeah. Like, this guy's, and he kept side looking.
Really?
Yeah, he was side looking because I was side looking and he was side looking, and it was like, yo, if you would have stood about in maybe like 45 minutes, we would have been talking. But that's what the girl said that I was talking to the lesbian girl. She's like, give him a taste of his own medicine. You're going to see how he flips out. And I said you to her, I should have, but I was by myself and I didn't know how he was going to react. Yeah. If I was with Kelly, you know, I would have done it because I would have had someone with me, but I was by myself. I'm not going to play that game and put myself into like harm's way. Exactly. You know, 'cause I don't know how he's going to react. I don't know how he's going to beat up on this guy that I'm talking to, or he's being disrespectful to me, or pull my arm. I don't know what he was going to do, be violent. I just didn't want to put myself in that predicament. But she did tell me, she's like, go find a guy. He goes, go get his friend that he seems thirsty enough. Go talk to him. You'll get his attention real quick. He's like, and you'll see how much he's going to not like that. Yep. But I'm not going to play that game. I will play that game if I was not by myself. I'm not going to put myself in that predicament. No. Because I know where he was coming from. But if there was that guy, maybe I would have. He was perfect, Kelly. He had like tattoos on his hands, arms. He was like, you know, stocky. Like, he was just like very clean shave. Like, you know, he had a beard. I'm not really into like the long beard, but the way he pulled it off, it really looked nice. And he had a shape, like, it was I wish Kelly would have been, but she would have told me to like, yo, Dana, like, get your options. Get your options.
I would have.
You know, we got to go back. We got to go there.
I know.
I just don't want to run into him. If we're not going to talk anymore, I just don't want to run into him because he literally lives around the corner from there. Yeah. But we should go there. I'm telling you, there's different types of people in there.
We will.
Yeah. We're going to have to go Friday and Saturday because we need to find this guy.
I know.
Little does he know that I want to find this guy.
I'm dead.
Like, I really want to
find him.
I hope so. If it's in the cards, we'll find him.
Yep. But that wraps up today's episode. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, listen on Spotify, rate us 5 stars, shop the merch, and comment your stories down below. I really want to read them all. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.